against the evil. But there are those that stand alone against the evil and the crones. Heroes willing to go the extra mile and end the evil with maximum style. When you need heroes to go deep, when you need heroes that never sleep, light us like us. When you know all hope is gone, when you need to right what's wrong, light us like us. Now evil will run and hide, as nothing but light now resides. Our heroes saving all the souls, their adventures now a tale of hope. When you need heroes to go deep, when you need heroes that never sleep, light us like us. When you know all hope is gone, when you need to right what's wrong, light us like us. Now evil will run and hide, as nothing but light now resides. Our heroes saving all the souls, their adventures now a tale of hope. When you need heroes to go deep, when you need heroes that never sleep, light us like us. When you know all hope is gone, when you need to right what's wrong, light us like us. Darkness better run and hide, with faith, fist and pride. Nothing can stop what is inside. Monsters better run, else they die. The heroes are on their way. If you're in the darkness, you will pay. When you need heroes to go deep, when you need heroes that never sleep, light us like us. When you know all hope is gone, when you need to right what's wrong, light us like us.
Welcome to the dungeon. Is that a little better? Is that a little bit? I did turn it up. I can turn it up more. Like, it's fine. I'll But welcome. Boy, let's not start that. How about that? Is that too much?
That's fine. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Good there, yeah.
Okay. All right. Crank it is what Mr. Lathis says. Yeah.
Nah, that's too loud.
Are you being?
You were actually starting to clip there.
Okay. I can keep going. We will find the balance.
Yeah, it's too much.
If you ask people who know me, all of it is too much. All right. That should be better. Yeah. Hello, Julia. Is that better? Is that better?
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Okay. We'll start from there. Marslin with his baby ear. Welcome everyone to the dungeon. Here we are. We survived a weekend with half-ass beer review and fanboy tone. And if you've never done that, you wouldn't even realize what that does to you mentally, physically, emotionally. It hits all the categories. But we had a good time. Oh, here we are. We survived. Now I hear myself.
Oh boy.
We got to hang out with the folks at Truth Beer Podcast, Julia, and the gnome. But they haven't signed their waiver, so we can't talk about anyone else but Julia. So they've got the other two, Marco and gnome, have to sign their waivers yet.
Marco and Polo.
Some fun, interesting stories and bits that went on that night. I was informed, and we have to make a change. I haven't had a chance to bring it up to you guys. I was told that we have to change some of the things that we're doing here in the D&D sphere. And that is when a hand-like creature loses a finger, a limb for them, we must name what limb that is and how that affects it walking, because if thing loses a thumb, how is it still moving as effectively as before? So
Well, here's what I say to that. The fact that they only have 4 hit points.
I said that. I said, well, they don't have a lot of hit points. They said it did not matter and that it affects their enjoyment of the dungeon. So
Oh my gosh. Then they're looking too hard into it.
if there's any complaints about the new thing, direct them to YouTube, Truth Beer and Podcasting. So yeah. So yeah, no, we had a good time. Mike went out with us Friday night. They ganged up on me in Dungeon Mayhem. It was not nice. Yeah, Julia. But no, we had it was a good time. It was just a lot. Direct all complaints to Gnome, that's for sure. And they were giving me some ideas for some future content here. So when you hit particular areas and things happen, blame them. So
Better watch out. That's how I got roped into this group.
that is true. Yeah. Gelatinous cubes, traps in the hallways. So I probably still have that paper sitting around somewhere. So yeah, don't forget to check out our friends over at Half-Ass Beer Review as well. We got to do a command for Truth Beer as well. Don't threaten me with a good time, right? Just jump in a gelatinous cube and whatever happens, happens. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, Half-Ass Beer Review, and then Banter and Babble, which this Wednesday, right after our stream, we're going to take you however we get in there. It's kind of a new thing we're doing, but our stream is going to we'll cut out a little early, and we're going to go over, and the dude and Fanboy Tone and Rohit Raju, if you're into the wrestling, AEW, that kind of stuff, he wrestles in one of those. Forgive me if I said something wrong. We are going to discuss a review of the Andor season 2. So for a little bit. So hop on over right after our stream, and that should be a good time as we kind of look at what that is, how that's going to look like. I'm hoping to get a Rogue One watch in before we do that. I'm not sure if I can pull that off because it's crazy days this week, for sure. But yeah, so don't miss that on Wednesday. So Justine, what have you had going on? Anything fun? We can't hear a word you're saying.
I got my 31-foot 1996 Holiday Rambler camper moved over so that I could start restoring it.
I at first thought you were saying your 31 flavors of Baskin Robbins ice cream, but that's completely different. So you got your camper ready?
Got it moved so that we can start getting it ready. I bought it for $500. It is, as it sits right now, probably worth about $3,000.
Okay.
But if I get it fully restored, it'll be worth about $8,000 to $9,000.
Nice.
Yep.
Get some fishing in. I got to go recently, so yeah. Bishop, what are you up to so far?
Nothing.
That's exciting.
I've got no video games to play. I got really nothing going on. I mean, I'm working on a little bit of new artwork for this, but no,
Yeah.
I don't have much. I got a vacation coming up, and I need it.
If you need a new game, Expedition 33. You can get a discount code for it, and you can get it for 30 some bucks on CD Keys if you're interested. Bishop needs a hug. Yeah. And then an Axamander. What do you got going on?
Well, my middle son has finally graduated from high school and is now a full functioning adult, or so he
Oh,
thinks.
right.
Yeah. So
Don't have to
that's
follow
good.
the rules anymore.
Oh yeah, he thought so when he celebrated by playing basketball until midnight and then driving on a dirt road and fishtailing and got pulled over for reckless driving.
Nice. And this is in the
Yeah.
new. Is this the new vehicle?
This is the new vehicle.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad, I was only going 10 miles an hour. And I was like, well, you know what? The police officer thought that you were being reckless. So next time, don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
Like he got hit with a reckless.
Reckless. Yep. For fishtailing on a dirt road.
Yep. Where I grew up, that was a thing too. Didn't matter how fast you were going.
Technically, fishtailing shows you don't have control of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or you have
Here.
amazing control of the vehicle.
Well, not everybody was in Fast and Furious. Whichever 30 of those movies there are.
Isn't there only like 8? Yeah, I heard the next one's in
No, they're doing like number 10 is the last one, I think.
The last one, okay. It's like
Yeah.
saying this the last Marvel movie.
Hey, it's all about family.
space.
Failure to maintain would have been better, probably. Yeah. And Quentin, what have you had going on?
I wish I had Mike's problem with no games to play.
Right?
Backlog is way too long. No, I'm up in Erie right now. 4
Is it
hours
Erie
away.
there?
Let's go. It is actually dreary. That's literally just a thing. It's Erie every time.
Dreary and eerie.
Mhm.
And Marsland, what have you had going on?
Outdoor season's getting back spun up. I spent the weekend in a wetsuit hurtling myself down very cold rivers in a canoe, purposely capsizing it and learning how to recover.
Okay. That's a nice skill to have.
It was fun. It was a good time.
Mr. Latha says Quentin's house is haunted. At least that's what we were told.
Wait, why is my house haunted?
Because it makes strange noises, evidently.
The house. Don't they all?
Ready for the best one? I just heard a YouTube ad for some sort of overseas phone plan, and they called a gigabyte a gigabyte. That like I haven't heard that since like Back to the Future. 1.21 gigawatts.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the GIF and GIF thing. Not an argument here. All right, but next Monday is Memorial Day. Time to remember those who lost their lives. And we will be here watching the players do the exact same thing. So, TPK, TP. Oh, I thought we were all chanting that.
GPK.
Yeah, so that's what we got going on. Let's see. I gotta look real quick because we're bringing it up. Yeah, we'll be with you most likely the next 2 Mondays, and then we'll be out the 9th. And then we're gonna have a broken up crew for like the month of June. So TPK. In case you missed it, like we did, I don't know. Have you guys seen the Nobody movie with Bob Odenkirk? Have you seen it, Justinian?
Yeah.
Bishop, you saw that,
It's
right?
it's on my list. I just haven't watched it yet.
Well, they just came out with the trailer for the second
The
one.
second one, yeah.
And it looks amazing. I'm so stoked because I loved the first one a lot. If you enjoyed John Wick style revenge movies, you mess with my family kind of movies, it's the kind of movie you want to watch. Not a deep plot, just a fun movie. The second one looks amazing. So,
Oh, I thought it sounded familiar. I have it downloaded.
oh, you should watch it. It is really good.
No, I think the next major movie I'm going to be going to is Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, I am so sorry. No one should watch that movie.
It's
Or
fun.
cartoon.
I liked
I
it.
freaking hate Stitch.
How can you hate Stitch?
I have a whole. I'll tell you off the stream.
Yeah, you got it. We'll just start sitting down and like arguing on TV
It's a
shows
small
about it.
argument, but yeah, yeah. But yeah, nobody's like a cross between John Wick and Falling Down. If any of you remember the movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas.
Dude, it's one of my
That
favorite.
I know Justinian and Bishop do because we talked about it. That movie is gold. It's old but gold. But yeah. That's what I have. You guys got anything?
Nope.
We still got to arrange that Savage Crucible giveaway, right? That's still the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got to figure it. We've got to find time for us all to talk about it.
I
Not
will
on-
say, bear with us tonight. I updated our software, so if something funky happens that I wasn't prepared for, it's not my fault. They did. I don't know if you guys are looking at the screen, but let me do this here real quick. I'll show you, and everybody else might see it later. But they changed the pause banner. Now it goes right across the center.
Oh, that's so we can always have full control now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So please don't abuse that, players.
No
and I got all the characters assigned to the proper players now too. So anybody that logs in has control of their character. So
was that not the case?
It was not the case.
Lloyd is in Nobody.
Do what?
Christopher Lloyd is in Nobody.
Yes, yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
great.
that?
Someone named
Oh, you're kidding
RZA.
me?
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy.
Great
Hey, man.
Scott Carlson.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't know the actor's name.
How do you
Sometimes-
not know Uncle Fester's name?
Well,
Really?
It was-
That's
it
what
was
we're gonna go
before.
for Christopher Lloyd.
That-
is
that
Uncle-
was-
There's about 8 places that I go for Christopher Lloyd, but I was thinking of
Yeah.
who my target demographic was.
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd was very, very popular, but back in early 90s, so that's Jeff, we're old. Okay. That was a long time ago.
Right. That's why I listed the most recent thing I could think of that he was in. That Carlson-
Actually, if you're going to talk about the most recent thing that he was in, has anybody watched that stupid Spirit Halloween?
I have.
He's in that one.
Is it good?
It's horrible.
I
Is
didn't
it-
think it was terrible, but like I went in with really, really low expectations because of the name.
Got him
Okay, so is it
56%.
Is it like Evil Dead horrible, or is it like
No, it's if anything, it's more along the lines of like the old R.L. Stein.
Yeah, it's
shows.
like it's very goosebumpy with a hint of to be original.
okay?
I think that means perfect chaos. Well, so that we can have perfect chaos, without further ado, let's get into the dungeon. All right, let's get something going here. I'll figure it out eventually. Last week, the party ventured in through a smoke-filled room, and while navigating the room, they found a door. Passing through the door, it slammed shut behind a couple of them, and the others proceeded to a room to the north. Sealing off some tombs, Bishop and Justinian fought off some simple creatures, while Marsland was possessed by a ghost and began attacking his own friends. After dealing with the issue, the party came back together, camped, and after camping in the chapel, felt a little off. Proceeding deeper into the crypt, they entered a green, smoke-filled room where a skeletal rib cage floated above a well. Bishop runs up, took the crystal out of the rib cage of the skeleton, as the room literally came alive. During the fight, Bishop was hit and can't seem to remember anything that's happened in the last 12 days, while Marsland was generally confused. As the last skeleton fell and the room grows quiet, the soul well still emitting the green fog, we come back to the party and find out what they'll do next.
What kind of black magic is this? Where are we?
You're right there, Bishop. I heard a couple weird sounds when you took a thump to the head.
The last thing I remember was us sailing away from Perrin's Folly. I just dropped the fragment onto the ground.
You hear it just kind of clatter to the ground. It doesn't break or anything, but it just kind of slowly rolls across the floor till it stops on one of the tiles.
Bishop, that was like almost 2 weeks ago since we sailed back from there.
Yeah, you re-helped build part of the southern wall in Candor's Keep for a couple of days. And we got loaded up and we hired Jaina to be the captain of our ship. And we flew to the island with no name. And we are currently in a crypt in the cemetery of the destroyed village island that had no name.
Well, it did have a name. It's called the City of Vilmora.
Well, right, but we didn't know
At the time.
So I was trying to give him the Cliff Notes version because I'm really sick and I just cough up blood and I'm and apparently he's lost 2 weeks worth of experience.
I'll look everybody over.
Okay. Some look way better than others.
Quentin, is this something of magical means that you can, or spiritual means that you can cipher through? This is a very peculiar situation.
What do you mean by this?
Well,
Literally, all I saw the entire fight was Marsden running around, just sitting and standing there.
Okay. Well, it appears that our friend Bishop here, and I'll put my hand on his shoulder, has lost his memory.
I mean, I know nothing that would cause onset early memory loss, especially not from Bishop's race.
I assume we are here for the last tome.
Correct. This is where we're supposed to find the last book. And also, the reason I'll pick up the rock, the reason you had this in your hand was because we found a note that said, and I'm just going to read, to say what the note said. I don't think we have our thing. Yeah, I don't see it. So something about was 5 shards.
I don't know. I don't remember.
That was an Aximander's note,
Hold
right?
on a second. I gotta fish it. I gotta fish it
the
out
note
of my
said,
pack.
Just
Hold on
flip
a
the
second
skull.
while I fish it out of my pack.
I have it right here.
Oh, goody.
And as you're standing there, Gwenton, there's like a little finger just scratching and pulling itself across the floor, and you just look down at it and just move your foot over and step on it. And you just hear it crunch.
Leftovers.
Okay. I will use 2 key points to do Flurry of Healing on
Currently,
Justinian.
Marsland and Justinian are bloodied.
Okay.
So that is because I got to look up at 3 different things to do one thing. Okay, so that's 43 healing to Winton.
To me or to?
Or I'm sorry, to Justinian. And
You
I will
can't
do
heal
the,
yourself, Witten.
Right. Marsland, are you feeling okay? With all that running around.
I think I feel better now. I was feeling a little lost earlier. Don't know what came over me.
When did you start feeling like you would suddenly be lost?
42 to Marsland.
Thank you, Bishop.
Now, how is everybody looking?
Pretty good. Can't hear you,
I can't.
Justinian.
I'm looking no longer bloodied. And I will pull the health potion out of my pack. I forget how much those heal for.
Max amount.
Okay.
So if it's
Is it
regular,
a regular healing or greater?
It is 2d4 plus 2, so 10.
Yep.
And I'll reach out with my hand and try to cast minor illusion and try to summon a fake squirrel to my hand and see if my magic is working again.
Yeah. It just kind of crawls around your hand, then on your arm.
And then shoo it away. And I'm like, I don't know what happened back there, but I want to strike and I couldn't. I was literally paralyzed, but not scared. I couldn't move my sword arm. I couldn't cast a spell. And I feel so weak.
Can I do a medicine check on him?
Sure.
To see if I can figure out why he feels weak.
Yeah.
Where is my medicine? That is a natural 20
Dang.
for 29.
Why are you wasting those rolls?
He did last week too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see that there's no damage to the muscular structure, and can only surmise that something is afflicting him from a magical nature.
Do I expect it's the same thing that's slightly affecting me?
You've got a pretty good feeling because you feel a little bit of it.
Okay. I'll do a greater restoration on him.
Okay. So as Gwynton reaches over and touches you, you can feel your strength return.
Okay.
You should just have to click that stat and you'll see a minus modifier in there and just remove that.
You got it.
A little bit easier to manage than the way we had it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Quentin. God, I mean, even my shield felt heavy. My armor felt heavy. That's much better.
I'm glad I was able to help with that.
I'm checking myself over.
I will say, Bishop, as you're looking yourself over, you see on your pants, like, it's this, like, how do I want to explain it? Small drops of captured starlight that seem to, like, have dripped out of you onto your pants and just kind of beat up there like mercury.
Good times.
He's cracking inch by inch.
Just use second wind on myself, and I am mostly healed all the way back up now. Between the healing potion, Bishop, and second wind, I'm feeling much better.
Good.
So, Gwynton, on your observations of Justinian, does that look anything similar to what we're seeing with anybody else?
Would I, out of character, would I have know anything about the madness with that?
I wouldn't say madness is a visual thing for the most part.
Okay.
Well, okay.
It's besides the magical affliction that he had, which I also have to a lesser degree. I didn't notice anything else wrong with him.
Yeah, because none of you would know that you have it either. You just know that you're inclined to do certain things.
Which is what I'm trying to avoid.
Well, this is concerning, but we should move on nonetheless, because staying here is going to be worse and worse for our disposition. Would you agree?
I mean, we basically only have one way to go, especially if we need to collect pieces. Did we want to immediately try to destroy this shard, or just collect them first?
I still don't know what you are talking about. Nobody has read any page to me.
Okay, so the website kept like freaking out on me when I was trying to mess around with it. Can someone else read the note?
I'll read the note to him again. To split the soul is to betray the gods. It demands a ritual of unmaking, a blade of soul steel, and a vessel born from cursed blood. Or Azul, perform the rite of severance beneath the soul well, casting fragments of himself into deathless anchors, 5 shards, 5 bindings, 5 keys to eternity. What remains is not a man, but a hunger that remembers it once had a name.
So we are looking for these fragments.
Quite frankly, we are looking for the tome from the Shadowspark Chronicle. And then after that,
We may need these to somehow unlock where the tome is, though, so.
I agree.
I think we should only have any one person carrying one, though. I don't think anybody should be holding them all.
That's fair. I'll keep the one I have now, then.
I would recommend that we dispatch any undead that we see on the way, because we cannot let this fester any longer. It seems to be locked down to this island, but who knows what may happen if we let it linger. So if we can accomplish removing the evil from this place, in addition to finding the tomb, then yes. But first and foremost, let's take care of the book, and find the book, and then maybe we send those from the tower, the academy, down here to finish the job.
Sounds fair to me.
Did all of us get close enough to see all the like ghosts that are swirling in that one Bishop?
No,
looked in?
only Bishop did, and he forgot he saw it. So
Okay.
Have we done an inspection of the room?
No.
Not besides
No.
that. We can relook
well,
at a couple things real quick.
Let's look for some clues around the room to see if it helps us direct us to any shards.
Well, I imagine
Or
the next charge are
book.
through that door. No,
The door
just
at the
point to
left end
doors.
of the room, right?
Yeah, there's a door to the left.
I'll help investigate the room.
I will also help investigate the room.
okay, no need to roll it up. There's bones everywhere. The pillars do seem like they're made out of legitimate bones from
Oh,
several different species. Like you've seen carved bone pillars before, and you've seen stone pillars that have like bones attached to them. These actually seem like they're just wholly made, supporting the ceiling out of bones, humanoid bones.
are they like glued together?
Something's fusing them together.
Huh. Don't love that.
Something here has definitely upset the balance of life and death.
Oh yeah, so it's this guy, and I like summon a picture of him with minor illusion, and I go, I can't remember his name because I'm not great with names, but he desecrated basically everything, and he's the reason why the Lost Island was lost, and he is an awful man, and he has the Shadowspark Chronicle that we seek, or it's in his tomb somewhere.
Has anyone told Bishop that we're in a crypt?
Yeah.
No.
I know we told him. I know.
Did you?
I
Yes,
know
I
we
did.
told him we're on an island. I didn't
Earlier.
think we said
Yep.
anything about a crypt.
I
other
did.
than-
I said crypt.
Is it not
Okay.
obvious?
Well, it is kind of obvious. I just want to make sure. I don't want to get a nastygram from Mike.
No,
Nobody
you guys are,
told me that we were in a
you,
crypt yet.
you guys are giving me like bits and pieces of like information that I'm just like, I have no idea what the hell we're doing. Other than I know we're here for the book. I don't know who this Ozymandias guy is. I don't know.
Ozymandias.
Osmodeus.
Perfect.
I have no idea about the entire city being like razed to the ground.
Why do I name these things? It's just going to be start calling like NPC 1 and 2.
Hey,
In all fairness, it's not exactly like I'm the guy walking around writing things down, or
That's true.
You know, like literally, I'm the warlock. I'm here to seek more power and stop a great evil from overtaking the continent. That's
I got a warlock here showing me a picture of a guy that I have no idea who he is. He doesn't even know the name of the guy.
right, exactly.
But it's this guy.
This guy.
The guy with the book, and we need the book, and you and I have come to an agreement about a week back that we're gonna kill the guy with the book, and we're gonna get this book. So
do any of you in your investigation go up to the well?
But
Yes.
we're investigating the room, and that's a pretty,
Okay.
That's a
The
pretty big
centerpiece of it.
The
landmark.
rib cage is still hanging there, right?
Yep. And Quentin, you have the crystal, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So when you go up to the well and you look down, like last week, you hear voices. Come to us. Stay away.
Getting mixed signals here.
Yeah, I'm getting some mixed signals there.
Yeah, and you see like stretched faces swirling around the inside. Every now and then you'll see like a smoke-filled hand reach up, and then the hand just disappears. Adults, different species, like kids, all sorts of stuff.
If I hold the shard over it, do they seem like they shy away from it?
No.
Okay.
Hey, Annex, didn't your notes say that whatever we're looking for is at the bottom of this thing, like underneath it?
It did say it was a deathless anchors, but I don't think that meant underneath.
Okay.
A vessel born
Okay,
from cursed
out of-
blood. Here, I'll copy it and put it in
Like
the
I say,
chat.
out of character, I believe there was something that said this sacrifice was happening underneath the soul well.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
putting
I
it-
thought. Yeah.
I'm putting it back in chat. Oh, there it is.
Aw.
Back in character, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Mhm.
It did say beneath the soul well, as
Yep.
you see here in the note, Justinian. But that. I mean, if this is the soul well, that means we need to go below it. And I don't feel like going below it through that well there. That seems like a bad idea.
Perhaps there's another way.
I just point
Well,
to
then
the
you
door.
and I could just blow a hole through the floor. And
That that's another way.
Subtle.
If only we had a way to look inside of the well without physically going in there. Oh well, let's go.
Oh, are we going towards the door?
Okay.
Quentin, before we head towards the door, have you looked through the shard down into the soul well to see if that does anything?
No, I can definitely do that though. I'll do that. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
You see a more green version of the soul well activity.
Huh, weird. There's an extra green tint to everything.
Boy, that shard sure is magical.
Okay. As you get over to the west side of the room, you see a heavy steel door, blackened with age and pitted with deep gouges, like fingernail scratches in the steel. Strange sigils are carved into its surface. Many of them look half erased by time or clawed hands. A locking mechanism is clearly visible in the center of the door, a large depression shaped precisely to fit some sort of device or item.
Some device like the crystal in my hand.
Above the steel door, just barely visible in the green light, a phrase is carved in jagged, deep letters. Only the unburdened may pass.
I'm just gonna push the door open.
It doesn't open. This one is locked.
You son of a bitch. Does the hole look like a spot for like the shard that I have?
It looks like it would perfectly fit within that spot on the door.
It looks like the spots for this shard. You guys okay with me putting it in?
It is fine by me. I'll take a step back.
Stick it anywhere you want, Quentin.
I'll go ahead and stick it in the slot.
What are you sticking in there?
The
The
shard.
fragment.
Oh.
There's a lot of different names for it. As you set the gem into it, a steel panel immediately slams down, and you hear the door mechanisms twisting, and the door slides open, revealing a stairwell leading down deeper.
I think this might bring us below the well.
It's our only way through.
Start walking then.
Yep, start walking down.
Okay. New interface, new buttons. Yeah, hold on. A couple of the mods work differently. Well, it's because they haven't updated yet. I was forced to update, but this is the way it always goes. Okay, here we go. You come to the bottom of the stairs after traveling to the west for quite some time, and you're in a small room. To the south is a door.
That's the only thing in this room.
That is the only thing other than the stairs that you came down.
Does the door look locked?
I go
It's
in the
hard
door
to
and
tell
try to
from
open
here.
it.
It opens up. You push it open, revealing a hallway to the south.
I'll start walking in, but I'll be looking for like any kind of like traps or pressure plates, anything that
Okay. Give me a perception check.
I 23.
All right. So you're keeping a good eye out for that kind of stuff. What's the order?
I'll go in the
I'll
middle.
take the lead.
I'm already in the lead.
You're already in the
Okay.
lead.
Bishop.
Bring up the rear.
Yeah, I'll go behind Bishop then.
Okay. Perfect. All right. You proceed down the hall and find a door to the east.
Push open the door.
Who builds a door at every turn in a hallway?
I know. Ooh, let me answer that one. 1 second here.
Don't change the music. No.
You step into a long, dark, rectangular chamber, and immediately the stench of corrosive acid burns your nostril and stings your eyes. The only light here comes from the dim, sickly green reflections glinting off a wide pool of acid that stretches across the room. The acid churns and bubbles quietly, eating away at crumbled stones and the shattered remains of ancient bones that drift atop its surface like grim flotsam. The stone edges of the pool are heavily corroded, worn smooth and slick from centuries of relentless erosion. There's no obvious bridge across, just a series of narrow, broken stepping stones poking out of the acid at irregular intervals that seem to be unaffected by the acid. Let me show you what that looks like.
Oh, son of a gun.
Cannonball.
I'll get you in there, Justinian. Hold on. There we go. There is a pillar to the south of you and one to the north of you.
I'll take a look
On
at
the
the pillar
pillar.
next to me.
Both of you spoke. What was that, Quentin?
I'm gonna look at the pillar right next to me.
Okay. So Marsland, you're checking the one to the south. Quentin, the one to the north.
Yep.
Marsland, on the one to the south, you find a plaque, barely visible in the dim light, on the backside. Oh, an ancient warning is carved on it. The pure tread lightly, the clever tread swiftly, the unworthy bleed.
I think I can just cut to myself and walk across.
Put that in the chat, please.
Are we waiting on something that Quentin sees, or am I the only one that sees something?
You're the only one saying, Gwen, you don't find anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to recite that to the group.
Now, I'm assuming that we just can't see any of these stones.
They're all over. I didn't want to put specific stones in there, so it's
Okay.
just as you move across.
I can make this very easy for us.
Teleport home.
That is an option. We could just walk across it like American Jesus.
Should we be wasting arcane energies on this? I can.
Well, the way I look at it is waste a spell to all walk across safely, or potentially waste spells to heal.
I have another possible way that we could do it if we don't want to attempt to solve this riddle. I can
Then
use my staff.
would you care to elaborate?
I should be able to cast an invisible wall that I'll orient to be as if it is a floor that goes across this, and we can just walk across. You just have to take my word that it's there.
Just gotta believe.
And to not distract me as I do it.
Sounds like the best solution.
What spell is that, by the way?
Wall of Force.
Okay.
I think that should work, right?
I don't think it works like that, but I'll look.
Says any orientation I choose.
But it's force, so it's pushing.
Nothing can physically pass through it.
So basically, you're making the floor into a giant trampoline.
Google AI says you can use it as a bridge.
Okay.
I should saw that.
Allowing it?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna slam my staff down, cast Wall of Force, and make an invisible bridge across this pit. And then I'm going to tentatively take a first step out, getting ready to cast Levitate on myself. Or sorry, Fly, in case it doesn't work.
Okay. So you you reach out and let's see. I probably don't have those kind of controls to draw that, but I'll see.
Take that, DM Riddles.
Send me how many charges you have left, by the way.
It's tracked on my sheet.
Okay. No, I don't get any of the cool effects until those mods work again. All right. Well, you can at least see it. Yeah. So you put it out there and you step forward and you feel yourself falling a little bit. And then it's just like stepping on a spongy surface. Your foot kind of sinks into it just above the liquid below.
Follow exactly behind me. Do not venture off to the side or you might fall in.
So get in line and follow him.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Bishop sinks in more than normal. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when you move your token now, it actually auto does the distance.
That's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. And you can actually change your it shows the walking icon by default. You can change that it's flying or whatever now too.
I kind of wish it didn't show everybody when I was measuring distance, though.
Yeah. All right. You walk across slowly over the top of the wall. From the sides, you see these bone-like hands reaching up and grasping toward you, and you see the hands kind of get pushed away by the wall. So it hits it, and they fly back. Some of them try to come up from underneath, and you see them like pop through the wall of force and just kind of hit the wall to the side. Just a disembodied hand, like maybe shoulder to fingertip, just an arm, nothing else attached to it. Beyond the acid, you see swirling blades mounted between thick blackened stone pillars. Each pillar is fitted with large mechanical arms, their joints crafted from an ancient iron and bone. Curved blades, some rusted, some still looking razor sharp, spin in wide, unpredictable arcs between the pillars. The air hums with the sound of blades slicing through it, punctuated by harsh metallic screeches as the machinery strains and groans under its own tension. The blades spin at different speeds and heights, some moving horizontally and vertically, and some unpredictably on their axes. The floor near the pillars is stained dark with blood and bone shards.
Wall of force right in the middle. Break all the blades.
We're done with this.
I got your riddle right here. It's like Escape from Alcatraz, like D&D version.
I still love the moving maps.
So there's no discerning patterns.
There are no discerning patterns.
Are there 2 pillars right in front of us again?
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
go look at the south one.
Okay. I'm looking. Okay. There's nothing on those pillars.
Well, does anyone have any bright ideas for this one?
How far down do these spinning blades go?
Right now, to the extent of your vision, I believe.
I think he means like physically up or down the pillars.
Oh,
No. I meant down the hallway.
Oh, okay.
DM knew exactly what I was saying. Yep.
How about how high up or down? Could one army crawl underneath?
Not a bishop.
they do go all the way down, all the way up. It's just someone with hold on, let me word this correctly. With the right acrobatics, you feel like you could move through these blades, or intelligence as well, to watch the timing to move through.
Oh, pick me. I think I can smarts my way through these blades, you say? I'm going to stand there in a trance studying them for as long as I feel necessary.
I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and cast guidance. I trust you, Marslin.
I do not. And I will also examine
who got you
acrobatics.
Across that pool. Once I feel I have studied enough, I would like to make an attempt.
Okay. For the first set, roll an investigation check.
23.
Okay. You see Marslin, he's just watching them moving up and down, and then not dexterously, but he just kind of walks through very, very methodically through the pattern, up and down, narrowly avoiding the spinning blades until you're in a small spot in between the next set where it looks like it's only about one person big, where you're not actively being hit. They're very close to you.
Nobody else tried to come through. There is nowhere, for anybody else to stand.
Stay safe, friend.
It's easy enough to see through the fans. Like, I can see them, right?
It'd be hard to hear us, though, with whirling fans of death. Yeah.
I'm going to try and get through the next set.
Okay. Roll it up.
Nat 20.
Okay. Bishop, you watch specifically in sheer amazement as this person that you know is not nimble is just watching these, and like it looks like he's not even paying attention to the blade behind him. He's just kind of like turning to the side, ducking, moving ahead, moving to the other side, and just basically walks through, just being missed by these blades.
It is simple timing. You just have to pay attention.
The irony from that statement coming from that person.
You're doing great.
Somebody else can come through to the next stage if they want.
No,
You
thank
are-
you.
You are at the extent of the light, by the way.
I reach out and cast light on a fan.
Oh God! Oh God!
No. Shoo.
Loses his hand.
I'm gonna cast light on my staff though.
Okay. What's the range on light?
Infinite.
20-foot radius. Yeah,
20 foot?
infinite. 20-foot radius. Plus an additional 20-foot radius of dim light.
Okay.
Oh, I never actually realized this stipulation. The light can be colored as I like.
Yep.
I'd like some pink light.
Of course you do.
It also can't be cast on anything bigger than like a stone, but
No, we're not real picky about that.
no.
You touch one large or smaller object.
Oh, did they change the definition of light?
They might have. Give me a second. Light color. You said pink?
Oh, just go with regular light.
I can do pink. It's easy enough.
Sure, why not? If you can do it. Oh my gosh. Oh, another pit.
Oosh, 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 oosh.
Boots and cats and boots and cats. All right, I might as well go through the last stage then.
Okay.
Oh, that was almost a nat one. 16.
Okay. You begin. You walk through, and as you pass through, you feel something gouge your back.
No, I almost made it through perfect.
For 11 points of slashing damage. And you're standing right on the edge.
Okay.
Little, no railing, these blades whirling behind you. Before you looks to be an infinitely bottomless pit. Across the
Don't-
pit, you see a landing with a path leading to the north. The rest of you just see this giant pink glow.
What color is Vidalcan blood, guys?
Fair question.
It's a 15-foot gap.
Yep.
How does jumping work again?
Flat. You'd have to, from here, you'd have to either navigate back to get a running go at it, or you do flat footing, jumping. Give me 1 second. There is a nice little. What's your strength score?
Not good. 11.
Okay. Without a running start. You can
Oh.
jump about 5 feet.
Oh, that's not great.
Without a running start. With a running start, you could do about 11 feet.
Even if I were to put my floating disc down, I wouldn't be able to jump across.
Couldn't you put it in the middle? Jump
10
5
feet.
feet
It's
and
10
then
feet.
5 feet.
I don't think I can put the disc over that deep of a pit.
Does it need to be on a surface?
It can float. It just
Yeah, because you brought Bishop all the way up a ladder. So it had to have been in midair.
Oh, well, the thing is it's immobile.
Oh, this is a different disc?
No,
Is
I
it-
think we maybe rule of cooled that ladder scene.
Well, I thought you had a disc that would follow you.
It
Yeah,
does
that's-
it
that's this
every
one.
20 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has to follow him, and he still has to get over it.
Yeah,
You
it
can't
says
take it and like push
it-
it.
it can't cross an elevation change of 10 feet or more.
Mm.
For example, the disc can't move across a 10-foot deep pit, nor could it leave such a pit if it was created at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, that was me just not knowing what the disc did. So here we go.
You do have a spell you could use that you love to use.
I know, but I didn't want to burn that spell slot.
I will start making my way through.
Okay. Okay. While you're figuring it out, Bishop, you walk up. Make a go at it.
Bishop can throw you when he gets there.
You said acrobatics.
Acrobatics or investigation.
One.
21. Okay. So you see Bishop. He just dives forward, almost pulls his legs and arms in, rolls a bit, and then stands up on the other side.
We'll go through the second set.
Okay.
That's a 16.
Okay. You move through, and as you do, you feel something kind of nick you as you're going through. For 3 points of slashing damage. At
And
this
I'm
point,
assuming, I can't go any farther.
standing, you see Marsland like scratching his head, looking, calculating the situation, and you see the massive pits before him.
There's not enough room for two people to stand here, right?
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
Get or get off the pot.
There's no levers or anything too over there, is there?
You're not there.
Do I see anything around that could help get across this bit?
You do not.
Okay. There's no levers.
No levers.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna cast fly on myself.
Okay.
And move across.
You fly. Halfway through, you run into an anti-magic field, and you begin falling. Nah. That would be cruel and unusual. You do get to the other side. You can see a path leading to the north, for as far as your light can see.
Okay.
What do you
Is
want to do
there
when you're over
anything over there that would stop these from moving?
I'm gonna investigate the walls around there.
there? Okay, give me an investigation check.
27.
27.
27.
Google Chrome is Not playing nice. All right. So looking over the wall, you see there are 2 bricks. Both of them seem off to the pattern on the wall. And they're probably 3 bricks apart from each other.
They look like they could be pressed.
They look like they're loose.
I'm gonna go gently fiddle with it and see if it feels like it wants to be pulled or pushed.
Which one?
The closer one.
Left or right?
The
Left.
correct one.
Left.
Correct one.
Okay. You grab a hold of it and you push it in just slightly and you see like it's going into almost to the point where you can't grip it anymore.
Okay.
But you don't feel anything, like you're not pushing on anything.
I'll pull it.
You pull the brick out, and inside the hole in the wall, you find there's a few posts in there, and you can see there's some kind of magic like swirling around and arcing between them.
There's 2 posts.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull out the other brick.
You pull out the other brick, and inside you see some sort of paper rolled up.
Paper.
Yes.
I'll take that out and look
Okay.
at it.
At the top it reads "The Fall of Elmora," and I'll send that to you.
It says, ha 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 ha. You're never getting back.
While he's doing that, Bishop, what do you want to do?
I see him fiddling with something on the wall, so I'm going to just stay here for right now.
Okay. Everyone else, what would you like to do?
Nothing.
I'm definitely not trying to get through this.
Man has got to know his limitations.
All right, that leads us back to Marsland.
All right, I'll go around the corner and I cast teleport. No.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
He'd start sketching a circle on the ground. Look, you guys.
Give me 1 second.
maybe 10 minutes.
Okay, the first brick, there's 2 posts and swirling magic. Does it look like it wants to be grabbed? Would I intuit that?
With your investigation that you pulled to find these, it seems like something that could be possibly magically disabled, given a high enough skill check. So if you would like to try to disable it magically, you can roll an Arcana.
Okay, I'll cast Fireball on it. No.
You can do that.
I'll try and magically disable it.
All right. Give me an Arcana check.
24.
Okay. You reach in and whisper a few words, and as you do that, you shove your hand into it, completing the connection. And with that, you feel it shake slightly, and you see the blades start slowing significantly. They're still spinning, but at a much slower rate, giving everyone passing through advantage and lowering the DC.
Go back and look at Bishop. What are you waiting for?
I guess I will try to get through it. And I'm going to go fast enough that I can jump across.
Okay. Give me acrobatics followed by athletics.
17.
Okay.
For the acrobatics.
You do get advantage on the acrobatics, but you pass, so doesn't matter.
16 for the athletics.
All right. You see, Marsland, you see Bishop leap forward, rolls, and then you just hear metal on stone as tsh, 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 and he just leaps. Bishop, what is your strength?
13.
Oh, that's a lot. I didn't.
Wait, your strength's only 13? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a monk. I'm not a fighter.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's going to be just shy. So, Marsland, you see him coming for you. He looks super, super confident, right? He's leaping forward. And then you see him starting to drop faster than he should be. And Bishop, you grab onto the side wall of it. And Marsland, he's like hanging on right below you.
Just kick the fingers.
Long live the king.
Yeah.
I suppose I'll reach down and use my noodly arms to try and help him up.
Yeah, you just help him kind of get his footing. You hear like his legs trying to get up there, and Bishop, you pull yourself up. The rest of you, I mean, with both lights, I guess you'd kind of see each other through this, but you notice that the blades are moving significantly slower now. Not all at once.
Did we, with the two lights, did we see like Bishop jumping and falling? To like,
Yeah.
We know there's a pit there, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
You saw him like going up in the air, and then he's like not there anymore, and then he comes back. You see Marsland doing something, and then Bishop appears, and this pink light is like glinting off of his body shell.
Well, it looks like if we're gonna run, we might have to be ready to leap as far as you possibly can.
So is it investigation or acrobatics?
Whichever you would like.
Okay, so I'll do investigation with advantage.
Okay.
All right. So my first go round. I'll take the 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. You see Justine kind of look at you guys, shrug, and run forward, just moving around the blades, watching the pattern, not moving quickly, just kind of watching, looking, and wasn't so bad.
All right. Second go round.
Okay.
I'll take the 21.
Right. Same thing. You can now see the Bishop and Marsland standing there. They're watching you. You all see Justinian moving his way through.
Third and final.
I'll stand on the edge of the pit and have my arm extended.
Okay. Are you moving through in an effort to run, or
No,
you can definitely see the
I'm
pit?
taking my time.
Okay.
I'm taking my time and getting the ledge. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So 16 was the best out of the two.
Okay. Because of the disarmament of it, that is low enough to get through now.
Okay.
So you are standing
All
on
right.
the edge, and I know what you're doing here.
And then I will misty step across to
Yep.
Bishop.
All right.
All right.
Gwenton and Anaximander. You see they have made it across.
After you and Axamander.
I love how this music is almost Castlevania like classic
Oh, yeah.
Castlevania.
Right.
How
Perfect.
tall? What's the ceiling at?
These pretty much like go to the ceiling and come
I
back
know,
down.
but what is the
Yeah.
ceiling at? What is it?
I don't know, 30 feet.
Good. All right.
Coffee Man fidget spinners of doom. It's true. It's the best ones I had. So, what's the plan?
Next, throw Gwynton like a football through it.
Never caught the claw. I'd like to cast Find Steed.
Okay.
Wait, what? Where's this
Oh
going?
no, Anax.
Okay. What kind of animal is it?
Faye.
Okay. So is it like an elk or?
Definitely.
Okay. So this spectral elk just appears and kind of walks up to Anaximander and nudges him.
Is this the first time I've seen this?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you've only seen the celestial version.
That's a nifty skill.
Someone likes venison.
10 per spell level. Ugh.
Curious to see what the plan is with this in Axamander.
Get on.
Are you sure about this?
Yes.
Okay. I'll get on.
Okay. I just looked some things. It may affect the speed, but that's a thing
What?
with multiple people.
Yeah. I can get you as far as that ledge.
So what about you?
After that, you're on your own.
I don't get what's happening here.
Okay. And I'm gonna slap the steed on the rump, and he's gonna use phase step and teleport to an unoccupied space of my choice 60 feet away from me.
Okay. So the face step. Oh man. Hold on. It says it teleports along with its rider. I don't know if it counts him as a rider.
Well, I think I'm the only one on it.
Yeah, he's the only one on it. I am not.
Oh. Let's see. It's an ally to you and your ally. Okay. So it's going 60 feet forward. Okay.
Huh?
And then does it just disappear?
It'll have to make the DC check with Gwynton.
Okay. We'll roll it up. So if it's
Yeah, I got it. I got the. It's a modifier, a +1. So
Yeah, and Gwenton, make yours too, just to roll out of the way.
You do have it in the wrong spot, I imagine, from where it would start. I imagine it would be at the edge too.
what
So
do you
like,
mean?
I imagine the starting point would have been at the edge of the blades over here, and it looks like it's 60 feet to the other edge.
So, okay, sure.
And then, which rolls am I making?
So no need
You
to
don't
make a
have to make a
roll if
roll
you
then.
stop there. Yeah.
Okay.
The rest of you see Gwenton appear on this massive spectral fey.
Is my
Elk.
hair blowing?
Right? It's glorious.
Apparently, an axe bender has a skill I didn't know about. And the steed is still there, right?
Yeah.
The steed is still there. You are on top of it, though.
I can
And
technically dismount it without hitting something.
you would have to. So what I'm thinking is that I would command it to put its head down so that he could get off without, turning into Swiss. To.
I mean, if I need to make a check for something, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
So it's just dropping him off there.
Yeah.
Okay. And where's the steed going?
He's just going to disappear.
Oh, okay.
And the steed takes it with you.
None of us.
Disappearance. The steed disappears if it go. When it disappears, it leaves spell. You decide to use it. Steed. Actually, that's the thing. It doesn't say it just disappears.
No,
it just
it's still
drops
there.
back to 0. Yeah.
Yeah, until it quote unquote dies or is dismissed, then it's there.
Come back to me, steed, after the Gwynton is off of it.
Okay.
I'll try to get off it so I can go back to him.
Is it just gonna run through the fans?
It's totally gonna run through. I mean, that's the only option.
Do they have even stats for like?
Yes,
Yeah,
they got a
there's
whole
stats
stat
for
block
it.
for it. Yeah, so go ahead
I
and
gave you the first one. The
Okay.
next one. I'm just
first
gonna
one
say
he's
that.
good. Next
Yeah.
one.
And it's a +1 to whatever's on here. I don't
Yep.
have anything. That failed.
Okay, that one failed. Next one.
I don't know if he'll survive after that because he ain't got much health. His health is 5 plus 10 per spell level, so it's
What
only
spell?
25.
Okay. He would live through the first one.
Okay.
No matter what.
All right.
Blood's just
And-
spraying everywhere.
Heard deer screams.
And it's a 9.
Why are you doing
So-
this to me? Shunk?
So he took seven damage on the first one and 5 damage on the second one, but he's back at you. You can see parts of his ethereal form just missing. There's just gaps in his form.
Now, wait, I gotta find out.
Now before you, Gwynton, what are you doing?
Can I take my rope out and throw it across?
You can try. Give me an athletics just to toss it across. Toss across.
14.
Sure. It's just rope. You tie it across. One of you, Bishop or Marsland, catch it.
I mean, Bishop had his hand out, so.
I
Okay.
had my hand
Yeah.
out anyway.
So Bishop, you grab the rope.
Hold on, and then I'll like tie it around me, and I can't do much. I can't jump very far.
You're
But
just gonna give it a jump.
I'll give it a jump, and I know it's a bit, and I'm sorry with the slow fall. Can you technically like pull me, kind of like balloon across?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, yeah. Because like you wouldn't come up, but you just kind of drift down and like get pulled up
Yeah.
the other side. Yeah.
And
All right.
Bishop, if you don't mind.
yeah.
All right. Anaximander, you
Okay.
are now with your steed, and you are in the dark.
Huh.
Because Gwenton was your light and you don't have dark vision.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at then.
DM.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast dancing lights for dim lit orbs down there. They go 10 feet apart, but I can cast it up to 120 feet away.
Okay.
So I cast dancing lights just to give a dim light in that middle row.
Okay. So you can see the middle row illuminated now. What would you like to do, Annex?
So I can't see the first 30 feet.
The first
Really?
the first blades you can't, so you would have disadvantage on that check.
I light a torch.
Okay.
And
you
then
can now
I
see it.
I place the torch on the ground.
To make you a little bit lighter too.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna cast lay on hands on the horse or elk.
You got this, buddy.
Okay, it's just 20 health points, so it just brings him back up. How much damage did he take before? Wasn't it like 17 or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how much he took, so I just used 20. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to get onto the back of the steed. And then we're going to sprint across. Now, do I have to make dex saves for him and me, or will this be
Since you're
one for
on him,
everything?
he will be treated as the primary, so he would get the dex. If he is destroyed, then it would turn to you.
Okay. And all right. And I'm going to be standing on his back, like crouched, ready to pounce. Okay.
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 All right.
We're gonna try and be smart about this.
It's like watching Ringling Brothers.
That is. Oh, now I do have an aura that's +2 to saving throws. By the way, does that count for the steed?
This is not a saving throw. This is a check. That's why we're using acrobatics.
Okay.
So takes 4 damage.
Yes.
Was that first? Oh no, you had light. No, you're good. Next one.
Yeah. Just. I'm checking what the verbiage is on that aura that I rarely reference.
Yeah, if it says skill checks, that's different.
Yeah, I have to find it buried in here. Not courage. Protection +2 to saving throws. Okay, that doesn't count then. All right, next roll. Okay, and it's a +1 to this.
Okay, it makes it through its next one.
And a +1 to this. Failed.
All right. Two points of damage.
Then we're going to, and then he's going to jump.
Well, he can fly, so.
He cannot fly unless it's 4th level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I checked that. So he has to jump. I don't have 4th level spells yet.
Oh, he's got good strength.
Okay, so what is that again?
Without a running start.
Well, I'm running the entire way, right? Or am I just pouncing between them?
Okay, if you're running the whole way, then yeah, you would make it across.
Okay. We'll get off of it.
You can see it's all cut up, and everyone else, you're just seeing this giant spectral elk.
I don't get to bring him out that much.
You should bring it out more. It's beautiful.
The elk will look at him and snort.
And everybody
Not-
is just bathed in white and pink light.
Yeah. Does it emit light? I don't even know. I don't
No,
think it does.
No. But
Oh, okay. All right.
Gwenton
Standing
is
in Marsland's pink light.
Yeah. Okay.
it's the pink light district.
I was trying to find something besides, because there ain't no way that this meat wagon is going to sit there and dexterously make its way through that. So I was trying to find something.
Well, now that we're all over here, what's on the other side of this corner?
It's a dead end.
That would have been amazing. Thanks
Just
for that
pour a recall
idea.
out there.
Oh,
I'm done
God.
with this.
What have I done?
It's just a sign that says "ha ha ha."
Made you look.
Marsden, you just put that paper away, by the way.
I was just about to address that.
Oh, okay.
Before we move too far, I found another page hidden behind a brick in that wall back there. I'm not going to recite this whole thing. I'm going to paste it to the group.
Nope, you talk. You speak. Everybody else does.
What's going on?
We're reading.
Oh, for the people watching, it is the fall. The page says it's the fall of Velmora. Velmora fell not to sword or flame, but to whispers in the crypt. The city's leaders vanished one by one. The dead began to stir in the streets. The rivers ran black, and the bells rang without hands. By the time the people understood the truth, the gates were sealed. The sky cracked, and Orazul spoke from every grave. The city died in silence. Its name, forbidden. Its soil, salted. What lies beneath should never have stirred.
Isn't looking very very bright for what we're walking into now, does it?
Sure does not.
Who wrote this?
Apparently some survivor.
Yeah.
Thing.
And why did they stuff it behind a brick there?
Yes.
To keep it from
I
the
feel
other
like
end.
we're being led into a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's too bad we don't have any Titan or Tritons to recite that line. It's a trap.
Okay, I guess we, after reciting the note, handing that around, should continue down the hall.
I agree.
Okay. The hall turns.
Is there a door? There is a door.
You find a door.
I'm going to push it open.
Okay. You see a room filled with blood.
What?
I shut the door.
Probably shouldn't go in there.
Fuck this, fuck this.
That's what you see right now.
I will step in.
Why do we do this?
You step into a square chamber, and immediately your boots sink with a soft, wet squelch into a shallow pool of blood that covers the entire floor, about 2 inches deep. The blood is thick and sluggish, not fresh, but not fully congealed either. The walls are constructed from ancient black stone, slick with condensation and smeared with streaks of dark crimson. The air is heavy, reeking of rusted iron and something sweeter, like spoiled meat left too long in the dark. At the very center of the room, raised up on a low platform just above the surface of the blood, stands a stone altar. The altar is rough and jagged as if it was carved in a hurry. Sitting atop the altar is a skull-shaped goblet, crafted from some ancient yellowed bone. The eye sockets are hollow and staring. To the west, you see another door.
Go over to the door.
Let me get everybody re-separated here.
Does it for everybody?
All right.
Push on it.
It does not move.
Pull on it?
It does.
Is it a wall of force?
No. It's a heavy steel door. It is seamless, without a handle or keyhole. Only a small circular indentation about the size of a goblet's base.
I'll report that back to the party.
Like the goblet that's on the pedestal?
You also see ancient carvings on the door depicting scenes of ritual offerings, priests raising goblets high, supplicants kneeling in rivers of blood, and monstrous forms looming overhead, watching.
What the hell is this place? This got disturbing real quick.
This is a crypt.
Well, usually crypts are for people that have already died, not where you kill the people.
I do want to say, especially Marjolaine, since your intelligence is so high, there was a marked change in the feeling of the place after you left where the soul well was. The soul well felt like still part of the crypt. This feels like somebody actively trying to prevent movement forward.
Well, I think all the traps and
Yes,
obstacles have made that clear.
I'm just saying you're aware of that.
Guys, I think somebody doesn't want us here.
That is an astute observation.
I'm very smart.
You are.
You said there's a goblet on the center thing, right?
Yes, a goblet. Yeah.
A goblet.
Yeah, it almost sounded like you said goblin. There's not a goblin,
Goblet.
but there's a
It's French.
Goblet.
Goblet.
I'm gonna go look at the goblet on the pedestal.
Okay.
Oui.
As you look at the goblin, now it's me. As you look at the goblet,
There's a goblin.
it's filled with a dark, shimmering liquid that seems thicker even than the blood around it. Every so often, the liquid inside shifts slightly on its own. Carved into the stone around the altar in small ancient script reads, "Blood for passage, faith for survival."
What the heck? Am I still standing in the blood?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look down and try to cast prestidigitation.
A small part like cleans and then it just comes back.
Can you paste that?
Yeah.
Blood for passage, faith for survival. I'm gonna take my staff and gently poke the goblet, see if it's movable.
Yeah, it tips and almost spills some of the liquid out.
Gently poke it.
Yeah, it's pretty full.
It's really full. Okay.
Yeah. But it's movable, yes.
Does the imprint on the door seemed to match the bottom of this goblet.
You wouldn't know that.
Yeah,
No,
I don't think Anaximander has communicated there's an... Oh, did he?
Anax
Okay.
did
Oh,
share
I
it.
did. Yeah,
Okay.
I told him yeah.
You wouldn't know. You haven't seen it.
I'm like 10 feet away from the door.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to
Like
estimate
20
the
feet.
size of the bottom of it. Yeah, and you're, what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet away from the door.
I'm very smart. We established this.
We did.
Just get out a piece of paper, write in a pen, kind of trace it, and then put it over to the door and put it over
Just
the
going
top.
to do like chalk rubbings.
The blood for passage, faith for survival was etched on the goblet?
It's etched on the altar.
On the altar. I'm gonna pick up the goblet.
Okay.
Anything happen?
No.
I'm gonna start walking with it.
Okay.
Anything happen?
No.
He's looking at notes.
Always looking at notes. I will
His
say the
notes
pink
changed.
light in this room gives it a completely different feeling.
Oh, it's totally ominous.
Yeah, it's way more ominous than what I created. While he's walking over, Bishop, what are you doing?
Are those, so are we actually wall-to-wall blood?
Yep.
Okay, so the pieces on the side aren't like...
No, that's just the perspective view.
I will just stand here at the moment because I don't think I can do anything.
Okay. Gwynton?
I'll walk down near them just to be ready.
Justinian?
Did Marsland say the incantation out loud off of the altar, like loud enough for us all to hear it?
Did you, Marsland?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, why would Marsden say anything to anyone
Right.
ever?
Yep, absolutely. Yep. So I'm just
Party
going
of one.
to the door with an indicator.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Marsland. Just
I'll go up
continue?
to the door, and the people that bother to go to the door, I'll tell them what was written on the pedestal while I'm holding the goblet.
Okay.
Okay. So that said that on the altar, was there a spot for blood on the altar, or was it just the goblet?
The goblet is full of what appears to be blood-like. I'm assuming that is the spot. I didn't see any other spot, right?
No.
So I would like to run this by everybody. I think we should sacrifice a bit of blood to the goblet, and I am willing to be the person to do that.
I was considering the same, but wanted to check if this goblet seemed to match what Anax called out on the door here.
Okay, but if it requires the blood sacrifice before it goes into the spot, in order not to trigger any more crazy undead.
I wasn't saying I was going to try it yet, just confirming.
Right. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Proceed to look. What does everybody think about me giving this thing a little bit of blood?
By nature, I feel that this is a bad idea.
We are standing
Aren't
in
you
a
the
room filled with blood.
Aren't you the one that just summoned a fey creature to take damage for you?
I am not in the business of participating in an evil act or blood sacrifice, Justinian.
But sacrificing a creature that you summoned is okay.
The creature's still here. He is a companion, and he fights with me, just as you do.
Good to know that my health is sacrificable.
To be fair, it also says faith for survival, does it not?
Yes, it does. And I have faith.
Chug.
Now we're drinking the blood.
Yes.
I thought giving it a little bit more blood would be less evil than drinking the blood, but I'll leave it to the cleric to make that call, or the paladin.
How about no?
So, Bishop, are you just staying over there away from him, or?
I will move to the altar.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what we're all doing. We're in a room filled with blood. We're talking
our
about
choice-
drinking it
our-
and
Put the chalice on the hole, or put a little blood in it and put it on the hole, or
Dumb question. Because you said the door has a spot for the base of the goblet. Is it a spot the goblet would sit on, or sit like perpendicular to so all the blood would spill out?
Perpendicular.
So all the blood would spill out.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if that adds anything for anyone, but I feel
I
like
had assumed.
you initiate.
I got a vote for no for me putting my own blood into the goblet. Anybody
Do
else?
what you're gonna do. Do what you're gonna do.
Okay, so I'm going to poke my finger with my own dagger and then
Okay.
drip a couple of blood droplets into the goblet.
Okay. Take
Okay.
1 hit point of damage. Yep.
Okay. All right, Marcelin. Unless somebody else thinks better, go ahead and do what you're going to do.
Does anything happen when he does that?
Nope.
I shrug and go and put the base of the goblet into the door.
Okay. So you take the goblet and place it into the door. As you do that, the contents of the goblet spill out into the floor, and you see the floor begin to roil and bubble as these blood bubbles just begin bursting around you. You all take Does my dice move?
as a blood hunter, do I not take damage?
Take 18 points of necrotic damage.
Oof.
Okay.
That's everybody.
No, just them. You, Bishop, you see the coagulated blood just like moving toward you. Make a dexterity saving throw.
By the way, the horse disappears. Or
Okay.
elk.
Nah.
That is too much damage for it.
Oh shit! Hold on. The computer just shut down everything.
It was an 11. Was there
Oh,
anything
my
you're going to do to
goodness.
correct that?
Roll again.
No, we got the number.
Guidance.
Why would it do that?
BRB.
Oh, that just sucks. Yeah, I didn't even see a roll. I hit the
Yeah.
dice and my entire windows just closed on me.
All right. Was there any of your abilities you're going to do to change that roll?
Control
11.
Shift T. Control Shift T.
Honestly, because I have evasion, it's either I take half the damage of what I was going to take, or I take 0 damage on a pass.
Okay, so you'll take half. So you'll take 11. With that, after all this burst and you all are covered in this old blood that's just kind of running down you, the doors open up and you see a path that leads forward and splits to the north and to the south. And you notice that the goblet disappears and appears back on the altar in the center of the room.
Whoa.
I suggest we get out of here.
I ain't praying to no blood god. Let's get out of here.
Let's move through
All right, how are you all moving forward?
with our legs.
I'll go.
That is
We'll move. I will take the lead.
while we're doing this, I'm going to hit myself up with flurry of blows.
okay.
Healing. Yep.
Who's moving up with Annex?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm good with the order we're in.
Okay.
I'm also gonna hit myself up with a lower level cure wounds. Wow. That's a crazy roll for level 2.
Yeah, why the heck not? I'll second wind myself.
Do you have 2 of those?
I have 3.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So it's quadruple wind?
All right.
When did cure wounds change for the level? It went from level 1 to 2. It goes from 2d8 to 4d8.
Yeah, remember everything changed.
I didn't remember it doubling in dice.
Yeah, we'd have to look at the old one.
Okay. I'm golden.
All right. Annex and Justinian. You guys moving forward?
Gonna move forward.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely. I'm going to stick right by Annex's side, step for step.
You step into the hallway and you see Annex and Justinian disappear.
Oh god. We don't
Not
see
this
anything
game.
around there.
Is it magical darkness?
Hold on. Okay.
I'll yell out for him.
Nothing.
Well, I guess only one thing to do here since I am not going backwards. We'll move forwards.
Okay. You move into the hallway. You see a path to the north. Let me move this up where.
And it's a straight wall we're walking into, right?
Yep.
I did see which direction they went, right?
Nope.
Oh.
Is there anything on the floor?
I'll look around.
No.
Can I smell where they went?
Sniffing dog.
We haven't had a shower in a long time.
No, and you've been in some stuff, but
Like bursting coagulated blood.
that you're still covered in.
I'll
Mhm.
let's quickly check the south way before trying going north. And I'll start making my way down.
Down.
You're all
I'll
going that
stay-
way.
Yeah, I'll stay in the rear.
You well, it's easier to do this as one big unit. All right. You see a path that proceeds to the west.
I'll follow to the next corner.
Okay. As you're moving that way, Annex.
On the northern route.
Annex. You
Yep.
find yourself mysteriously in a different location, but you still feel the cold stone beneath your feet, and it's extremely dark.
Light the torch.
Okay, so you get out another torch and light it. What is the light on that? 10? 15?
10. Yep.
10.
I can double check, but it's 10.
Second, because I have to.
20-foot radius, dim light. Oh,
Okay.
no. Bright light for 20, dim light for an additional 20.
Which does that much light?
And that's what it says.
It's crazy.
Yeah. we've often neglected our torches that we carry around in our bags.
Yeah. So bright light for 20.
20. Yep. And then dim light for an additional 20.
Okay. Here you are.
Okay. I'll go south. What do I see in the room?
South, you see a path to the west, and then you see a path to the north that also goes to the west.
Okay. Anything peculiar about the stone? No changes, anything?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to look for traps while I'm moving through here.
Not going north, you're just going...
I'm going to go west from here. Yep.
Okay. All right. You see a path that leads to the south.
Okay. I'll continue on.
Okay. You're going to continue down that path.
So I lost. Who was beside me? Was that Justinian?
Yep.
Yeah. So Justinian's not there either.
Nope.
Did his steed vanish with him?
Yeah, my steed got blown up by blood pustules.
Justinian.
Yep.
You have dark vision.
Yes.
So, vision. Dark vision. Hold on, because I don't think my token has dark vision. Oh, it does. Okay. You find yourself in a hallway. There looks to be a path to the south, one to the west, and one to the east.
I would like to go south, please.
Okay. You follow your way down the hall before you see a familiar pink light and see the rest of
Get him!
the party walking towards you.
If it wasn't pink light, I wouldn't trust it would be you guys. It gets extremely dark up ahead.
What happened to you? Where's the Nax manager?
I don't know. I teleported up into the T section of the hallway up there. It's going to go, as we follow this up north, to the left and to the right. I came in slightly to the left. I have no idea where an Aximander went to.
Do we want to keep going this way to try to find an Nax manager?
I mean,
I would say
Justinian did show up in front of us.
I would say yes. We should go up and probably go to the right once we hit the T in the wall.
Okay.
All right. You all start moving.
We're in a spiral. Hey, found the stairway.
And you see a stairway leading down into darkness.
Well, I hope it's not this way. We should look the other direction real quick.
Okay.
And we still have a path north of us.
Right. I think we should check everything on this floor before heading farther down.
You see another long hallway with a small path to the south and one that goes east.
Let's walk to at least in front of that door to see how far it goes. South.
About 15 feet before it turns to the east.
We might as well continue traveling. It's a walk down.
Okay. You see the pathway heads to the south.
Follow it down to the south.
Okay, 1 second. Anaximander. You continuing to the south?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you scroll to the right? There you go.
Yeah.
Just following the path.
Okay.
We're running away from each other.
You come to a T in the road. You can see that the path continues to the east and to the west.
If it's odds, it's the west. If it's evens, it is to the east. Okay, it's odds.
So that's west.
Yep, it's west.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
All right. So we're going to take you to there.
Yep.
All right. You all continuing?
Yep.
All right. As you walk forward, Marsland, you push into something and you find that you're struggling to move as you're encased in some sort of jelly-like substance. You take 5 points of acid damage as this.
You walk into a gelatinous cube.
Sure sounds like it.
Yeah. Quick, change yourself into a snake so you can get through.
Whee!
I ain't no druid.
The rest of you see Marsland, like, he walks in and he just looks at you really quickly and he's just kind of suspended there.
Help.
Bishop, quick, grab him.
Yeah, so how we'll do this is instead of going into full combat there, just go with the order. So Bishop, you would be first in your initiative.
I will go and attack it. Well, here's the thing. So if we're not doing the initiative roll, can I still use my initiative?
Yeah, to get whatever back or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because that's what, once per long rest you can get all
Once
your
per
key
long
points.
rest, I get all my key points back, and I can get I regain 1d10 plus 12 hit points.
Okay.
So let me do that real quick. Nice. All right. Excuse me. I will attack this thing. So first attack.
That'll hit.
Second attack. Is a 15 hit?
Yep.
Flurry. $14 hit.
Yep.
Okay, so 5 hits. $65 damage.
Oh.
Okay. Marsden, you just see you just you hear that
Bracing.
splooging hit. All right, it's looking pretty bad. Is that the end?
That's the end of my turn.
All right, start of its turn. Marsland, take 12 points of acid damage.
Rude.
And then it's going to try to attack Bishop. Natural 20. Holy crap. From a freaking jelly cube.
Jesus.
Oh, that is great.
Okay. It's bludgeoning, right?
Acid.
Well, it didn't really. Those cards don't really have.
Yeah, bludgeoning's fine.
Okay. Make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, take 1d6 at the beginning of your next turn. So, con save.
That should be easy enough.
21.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a d8 and a d6. Okay.
And a 6.
Okay. All right. Next, Quentin.
Hold it in.
Okay. What is that? A con saving throw?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Yeah. These things are super. Oh my God! Another natural 20 for for an 18.
Damn, he passes still. I guess that's it then.
All right, Marsland. You can't use any verbal components.
When do I get to go?
You are next. I'm just going off what the player order is on my sheet here without
Okay.
initiative or whatever. So,
Can I try and dig my way out?
yes, you can attempt to free yourself.
What might that be?
I'm looking. Make an athletics check.
Athletics check, you say? $13.
That is just enough.
Yeah.
Marsden, you see him like swimming out, and he just plops on the other side. Can't freaking win with this thing. There we go. All right. Justinian, you are next.
All right. Wisdom saving throw for Toll the Dead.
Okay. That would be a 9.
Okay. Whoops. That's too many. How do I clear it? How do I clear it? Oh, there we go. Figured it out. And so that's 24 damage to it.
And with that, it just puddles onto the floor and runs into the cracks.
That was gross.
I don't feel amazing.
So Marslin, when you write this up, make sure to put light on Sparker, save Marslin from giant booger. Like, make sure you get that in there. Giant booger.
That's exactly what it felt like. I'm unsure if I have actual boogers in my nose, if it's just that.
You see a path to the south.
I guess I'll keep
Help
going.
him back. Say I'll help him back up on his feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did Nax get any closer with that round of combat?
What, that 6 seconds?
Hey man, he has like 30 walking feet speed.
Yeah, he's got a 30 walking speed.
Maybe he dashed. We don't know.
As you walk down to the end of the hallway, you see another set of stairs leading down into darkness.
I don't like that there's 2 sets of stairs going down.
NX, you turn to the east and you see a path to the south and a path to the east.
Roll the dice, because I don't know where I'm at. Evens is east. Odds is west.
Or south, you
8.
mean?
I can't see where I'm at, so.
Yeah, I know. There's a path to the south and one to the east.
Okay, so yeah, south.
So you're heading south?
South. Yep, it was evens. Go south.
I don't have the thing here right now because it's a pain in the butt
Yep.
to...
That's fine.
Let me...
Theater of the mind.
Yep, let me just... There we go. All right. You start walking forward and see a set of stairs leading down. And as you get closer to the stairs, you feel yourself enter into a gel-like substance that's in your way.
Yep.
As you find yourself suspended in some sort of goo. Hold on. You take 12 points of acid damage.
Are we this not attentive that we wouldn't notice the...
They're completely transparent when they're still.
Ah.
Yep. All right, how do I break free of this again?
Yeah, so you would need to make a athletics check to get yourself out of it.
25.
That is just high enough. So,
by the way, the torch goes out.
Yeah, so it is now absolute
fine.
darkness as you hit the floor. So you're going to have disadvantage on your attacks. It is going to make an attack at you. It definitely misses. And you're in the hall.
All right. I have a gauge of where he's at then.
I
He
would
spits me
say
out.
generally,
Around you.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
There's
got
only two
out
directions.
of it. Yeah, it was only 2 directions, so you're on one side or the other.
Okay, I'm going to swing. And it's a disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay, that is a 16.
That hits.
Okay, for 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, it's a nat 1, so it's a disadvantage, so I get a nat 1.
Okay. Get that deck out. You go blind.
So you got a what? Bludgeoning or?
It was bludgeoning. Wait, does it move back with the... Can it move back since I pushed it back?
I mean, that is an ability of the weapon. There's nothing saying it can't.
I guess
Your
I get.
next,
Yeah.
your next 2 attacks deal minimum damage.
Okay.
Is that it?
But I have to actually activate it in order to push them back. It doesn't happen automatically.
Yeah, you do have to say it.
Okay. All right, good. Because that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Since I can't see anything. Okay. That's
All right.
the end of the turn.
All right. It's going to attempt to engulf you. Make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
$13.
Okay. Boop. Blorp. You take 12 points of acid damage. And are suffocating, can't use verbal components, restrained, all that. But you can make a strength check to get out. Athletics
Strength
check.
or athletics? Okay.
Athletics. Yep.
All right, nat 20.
All right.
Okay. And is that the end of my turn? Because
It
I
is.
broke out?
That's your
Okay.
action. All right. Unless you want to try moving somewhere.
No. I don't know where the heck I'm at right now.
All right.
I just know there's a threat.
You hear something splatter across the wall, but it doesn't hit you. It's your turn.
Hold on, it's a disadvantage. I forgot to roll it. Disadvantage.
Yep.
14 to hit.
Still hits.
Okay, so minimum damage, that is 8.
Okay.
Okay, second attack. 23 for another 8 damage.
Okay.
Does that count for the end of the disability?
The what?
Because it was 2 attacks.
Oh, yeah.
The next 2 attacks for minimum, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
just want to make sure it wasn't 2 rounds. It was 2 attacks. All right.
No.
Okay, that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay. It misses. Your turn.
Okay, and that's hit, and that is also a hit.
And missed a nat 20.
Yeah. 9 and 4, and then I forgot about radiant strikes. I forgot about you, and you're right there in front of my face. There. Okay, so that is 7, 10, 19, 26 points of damage.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw as it moves to engulf you again at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. Well, that first one's at an 8, so much lower.
Can always be lower. All right.
Yes.
You feel yourself encased in the goo yet again, and you take 14 points of acid damage.
Okay. And there's an 18 to escape.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, end of my turn.
It is then going to try to hit you. It misses. Your turn.
There's nothing else I can do besides just smiting the crap out of this thing. All right. At
Face-
disadvantage.
Yeah.
There's another net one.
And that's what we're going for, because your bonus is enough to hit this thing. So
You take a 1d4 penalty to your next attack roll.
still probably won't matter.
Minus...
Doesn't matter. Continue.
Oh, okay.
If it's not
Alright,
in
so-
that one, you hit, even with that penalty.
Okay, so get out of the way there. All right, it's 23 points of damage.
Okay. With that, you hear it splatter against the walls, and you don't hear anything anymore. It could still be there.
I keep swinging until I
yeah.
don't fight anything.
That's perfect. Okay, so you swing again, and instead of hitting something that resists, like it's like hitting a metal baseball bat against something hard. It's just, it just echoes. But you are now alone.
Okay. Once I feel that I'm free, I'm going to use another torch.
Okay.
By the way, we get 10 of them in our pack, which is quite handy.
So this is your third one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're back at this stage. So you see in the room a stairway leading down.
I'll go down the stairs.
Okay. All right.
Do I have something that I can mark the wall with? Tinderbox. Mess kit. What the frick is a mess kit? Oh. Nothing important. I'd like to take just the portion of the grappling hook that I can use to carve, and I'm just going to put an arrow on the wall pointing to the right.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. And just the symbol of Tyr, and then an arrow pointing towards the stairs.
Okay. It takes you a little bit of time.
Does. Yep. Okay.
The rest of you also see a stairway going down.
I vote we go back that last path, as we haven't found an axe yet. And I'd prefer not to go downstairs without him.
I would agree.
Yeah, only an idiot would go down without finding the rest of their party.
This idiot doesn't know where he's at or if he's on the same level.
Okay. So you're heading back?
Yeah.
Heading south?
Yep.
Your footsteps splash in something wet here. And you see a room, stairway going down with something on the wall.
We'll go over and look at what's on the wall.
You see what... Oh, well, Anax, give me a performance.
Performance.
Oh, is that an ability, a saving throw?
No, it's
Performance.
performance is a skill check. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, good. 21.
Okay. You see a very well drawn symbol of Tyr. You've seen it for several months now on Anax's chest, with an arrow pointing down.
I'm going to yell down the stairs for an axeman as loud as I can.
Okay. Give me a. What's your passive perception, Annex?
12.
He doesn't hear it.
I'll realize, like, obviously, with me yelling, this is you can tell this is a symbol of tear. So apparently, he's going downstairs. I think we might need to double book it right now.
Let's go.
I'll start running down the stairs.
Okay. Second here. Annex, you find yourself in a small room with a pathway to the south. And you immediately notice that the stone is different here than everywhere else has been.
Can I do an investigation, see what I observe or what's different?
I mean, it's just different. It's more moss covered, a little bit brighter. But you see
my energy savers on. Oh, you need to be plugged in.
But you see a path that continues to the south.
Yep. I'll continue on to the south.
Okay.
I have to ask, because obviously we don't know how long these stairs are, but if we're booking it and Mr. 400 feet a second is running, is he really going to keep outrunning us for long?
Are you using your dash action?
I said double dash action.
Okay.
No, I'm not dashing.
No, I'm talking them.
Yeah,
them.
that's what Quentin said. Quentin said that we better double time it. So I had assumed we were dashing down.
So you're dashing downstairs.
I'm not afraid of falling.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Okay. Deal with that here in a second.
I mean, you can walk relatively fast downstairs.
I fall downstairs as a human being all the time.
I only fall upstairs.
Ooh, I've done that a few times. Ow.
Hello,
Annex, you find yourself at a door. The rest of you get down to the bottom of the stairs and see a path to the south. The stone's a little different. What would you like to do? Keep rolling?
Keep moving on the path.
All right. You turn the corner to see Annex looking at a door standing right in front of it.
Huffing and puffing, like, you need to open your ears.
Be careful. I've found some rather gelatinous hostilities down here.
So did Marsland. Should we stop and take a short rest?
I could definitely use a
Get
minute.
our
Okay.
bearings.
Might
Fine with that.
be a bad idea.
It is rather comforting to be around allies again.
Marsden, your pink light would have faded at this point.
Sad.
Make it blue.
We're taking a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I am going to cast Rope Trick I'm gonna pull out a piece of rope, cast it on the piece of rope, and it's going to just start hovering upwards, and then I'm going to climb up into it.
Okay.
Is anybody able to climb up into that, Marsland?
I look down. Come on up.
I'll climb on up.
And DM, this is supposedly an extra dimensional space.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this affects anything or prevents anything that the mausoleum may or may not do to us.
Nope. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, you're taking a short rest. It's only an hour.
Ah, fair.
How are you looking, Marsland?
Not great.
I can help him do that, and I'll cast a Cure Wounds on him. That's not a good one. For 16.
Do another flurry of heals.
I'm just going to use the healing kit. Yes. Okay, those are just.
For another 25.
Was that on you or me?
You.
Thank you.
We're using no. At a short rest, we can use die, right?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
would like to. Yep.
Okay.
It takes
That's
away
what I
from your
thought.
hit dice.
Yeah.
That'll affect what happens during a long rest, of course, because you have less hit dice to use.
Yeah. Wish it actually rolled the die for me instead of just telling me how much to roll myself.
Yeah, I agree. Seems like low-hanging fruit.
Is that +4 for every hit die?
Yeah, your Constitution
That's right.
bonus. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Everybody good?
Yeah, burrs.
All right. At the end of your short rest, you all feel the floor drop out from underneath you as you tumble down from the ceiling into the floor below. Because that's exactly what it says it does. At the end of an hour, when the spell ends, the floor just disappears. Anything inside the space drops out when the spell ends. So all of you just tumble down onto the floor. Crash!
So did we just
Time to
crawl
wake
into a
up.
black hole and then like fall out of it?
Yeah,
basically,
basically.
pretty much.
Yeah.
It never gets old with you, Marsland, does it?
I like to continuously impress.
We'll never get old with Marsland.
That took a sec.
Yeah.
It was a thinker.
So I guess we'll get up and try going through these doors.
Yeah, I'll push open the door.
Okay.
Is it a pool of lightning now? Like,
Oh,
Set of
Spikes.
stairs.
is it like some kind of like punji trap that we have to navigate?
Ooh, this looks mean.
Oh, good. Beelzebub altar. Yeah, just cool.
you enter
Now
a
we get to
square.
sacrifice small children.
You enter into a square chamber. I think. What's the light on your
The
mace, Quentin?
Isn't it like the 60 some feet?
I thought it was the light cantrip.
No, my mace glows. Hang on. There's 2 spots for it for some reason.
What's the name of the maze?
Lightbringer.
That's on the nose.
Yeah, it's really on the nose. Let's see.
I feel like sometimes I find it super easily, and other times I don't.
Weird.
It's not under just your inventory.
That might be where I see it. No, nope. It's the same thing as if I was on the attacking part.
It doesn't have a light.
It definitely used to.
Well, there's
It's
two
like
of
this
them.
weapon glows as bright as a torch
Okay,
when it's wielder command. So
that's 20 and 20, I think.
I mean, Axeman was just doing it a bunch. So
Yeah.
It's literally the light spell and those are the same distances. So
Okay. Yeah, so you enter into a square chamber. The air is heavy with the scent of sulfur, scorched stone, and bitter incense. The floor is tiled in dark basalt, slick in places with thin trails of soot or ash. The quiet hum of latent magic pulses faintly through the room. At the center of the room stands a statue of an imp, carved from red-veined obsidian. The imp is perched mischievously on a jagged pedestal, wings half folded and its barbed tail curled around one leg. In its clawed hands it holds a stone hourglass filled with black, drifting sand that is all located at the top of the hourglass, yet not falling. In each of the room's 4 corners rests a shallow stone basin, each filled with a smoking liquid that emits thin, curling tendrils of pale mist. The mist doesn't rise, it flows downward, spilling over the edges of the basins like fog. Each basin gives off a different scent mixed together in the air here. There are levers mounted on all 4 walls of the room, evenly spaced and forged from tarnished brass. As you step forward into the room, the doors behind you close, and the sand begins to fall in the hourglass. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
And begun to fall. Oh no.
You're going to have to
Tarzan,
tell
you
us
will.
that description again when we get
We will.
back.
We will.
Okay.
Yep.
Tarzan, you have stop time, right?
Stop
on the-
time.
Time stop.
Yeah.
If he was a chronology wizard, he would be able to stop time.
Not
Just
sure
cast
how
it on the
that's how
sand
that
so it
spell
doesn't
works.
fall for however long.
Thanks everyone. We get to sacrifice kids, Fanboy Tone says. Wow.
We get to.
Yeah. By the way, the statue has all its fingers and all appendages, so we got to describe that now. That's now
All
part of the thing.
appendages.
Yeah. let me do a quick burn around the room so you guys can kind of see.
I was going to ask if you didn't mind.
See all that. There you go. Not that you see some of the things already, but it's all revealed there. Yeah, thank you all for coming out. We'll be with you next week on Memorial Day as the party TPKs right in front of your eyes. So it'll be a short session. You won't want to miss next week as they continue through this crypt. I don't know about them, but I'm loving this whole place. It's been really fun to put this together. We'll be with you Wednesday until 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, we'll be switching over, and you can watch as Fanboy Tone, Dude, Have SB Review, myself, and Rohit Raju talk Andor Season 2. So tune in with us for some kind of gaming stream that we haven't figured out yet, and then stay for the nerddom talk. Fanboy Tone says, good times, but they hate it. They love puzzles and traps. It's always been a thing. They always they send me DMs. They don't say it in a group. They make fun of them in groups, but like individually, they all message me and they're like, please give us more.
And you're a liar.
So for everybody, have a great weekend. We'll send you over to somebody else on Twitch here shortly. I haven't seen who's up yet. But we'll see you Wednesday, and if we don't, then we will see you in the dungeon next week. Take care, everyone.
About to begin into the dungeon, we dive again, diving deeper into the unknown. It's surreal how we have grown, swords in hand, nerves of steel. It's just a game, but it feels